Hello there. Welcome back to the Coaches Corner. I am John Colin with Coaches Inc., and I'm here with Kevin Wilson, who's the Director of Athletics Development at the University of Central Florida. Welcome, Kevin.
Thank you so much for having me, John.
Absolutely. And thanks very much to hoopdirt.com for giving us the platform to do this today. So I know we're on a show interview series called The Coach's Corner, but I'm actually here with an administrator today. Like I said, Kevin's the Director of Athletics Development at UCF. And I guess we'll get right into it. Why don't you tell everyone a little bit about how you got to the spot you're at now? Give us just a glimpse into your professional journey.
All right. Well, it isn't a very long one. Thank you for having me again, John. Well, I started out trying to get into football operations. The football coach at the time didn't really know me, and this is a relationship business, so an opportunity to go to a new up-and-coming basketball coach, interview with him. He saw fit to give me the opportunity. Lavelle Moton at North Carolina Central University. Right. Worked there for a year. Saw that I didn't really like the idea of having my destiny attached to one man. Wanted to transition out into administration, and so met a young man by the name of Willie Jude, who just came on as our assistant athletic director. Really clicked with him. Really liked his vision for the department, and really saw the need for getting more resources to the department. So there was an opportunity there, and took it. Worked for Willie for a while. Really did some really great things, and had the opportunity to go to Fayetteville State, which is a Division II institution, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Went to work for Dr. Edward McClain. He's now retired, Hall of Famer, and a great guy. Did some great things there. Was able to put together a really good team. And Willie had the opportunity to go to Lincoln University with Dr. Rome. He went and left, and there was a void there in North Carolina Central, and Dr. Inglewood McCree was the athletic director. Since I started my whole journey in athletic administration, saw fit to bring me back. Came back, did some really great things there in North Carolina Central. Again, had a really, really great team. Right. Helped me do some things that have not been accomplished in North Carolina Central in some time, and used that as an opportunity to progress. Saw that there were great things going on down here at UCF. They just recently hired Danny White. Mark Wright had been leading the development department. They saw fit to give me an opportunity to come here to really kind of get out and lead the charge as it relates to a major gift standpoint alongside my colleagues with this new Rise and Conquer initiative we have going. So that's where I am today.
Good stuff. Yeah, well, I was just down recently visiting Kevin in Orlando, and I am now back in cold weather up in Virginia. So I can see why you wanted to make the move down there.
That's right. But we'll send you some sunshine.
There we go. Sounds good. So you hit on it a little bit there, but there are absolutely in the, I guess, viewership at Hoop Dirt, there are going to be coaches and certainly operations guys as well who probably eventually want to move to an administrative role. You were a former player, football player at Duke, and then, like you said, ops at North Carolina Central. How were you really able to navigate that move from one side of the athletic department really to the other? What advice would you give to other coaches who might want to be doing the same kind of thing?
Well, it sounds cliche, but it was all about relationships. As I said before, I served as the liaison for everything from a fundraising standpoint and everything off the court from a basketball standpoint as it related to Mr. Willie Jude. And so we built a relationship over that time. And, I got to learn how he operated. I got to learn about his expectations, his vision for the development program. And so over time, we just built that relationship. And so ops guys in their unique role, they really are the liaison. They are that doorstep to the program, and so everybody has to have their contact information and needs to know who they are. So it's very important that those guys maintain those relationships and continue to be involved in those activities beyond basketball, tying basketball in to every piece of the program overall from an athletic standpoint, and really just kind of making sure that they demonstrate that they understand the big picture. and want to be a part of the bigger picture. And in doing so, they'll get the opportunity just based off the relationships that they built.
Okay, good deal. So definitely coaches, ops guys ask me that question occasionally. A question I get all the time, though, is what do administrators want to hear if I'm going into an interview to be a head coach? So why don't you tell us a little bit about your experiences in hiring coaches and what were some things that guys or girls did that really impressed you and what maybe rubbed you the wrong way, took someone out of consideration?
Well, I've been fortunate to be a part of a couple of hires throughout my brief career. And really, above all else, you really have to be genuine. People can see through the facade. They really can tell if you really want to be somewhere or not. So it's very important that you demonstrate your willingness to be on board, your willingness to buy in, and your excitement about being a part of the program. We definitely want to know your vision for the program, where you want to take student athletes and take your males or females in your program. We want to make sure that you have a plan for being successful in the classroom, on the court, or in the field, and in the community. That's important. That's how you build your brand, and that's how you make an impact on these student athletes' lives, which brings me to another point. You really got to care about the student athlete. I know every athletic director I've worked with has been student athlete focused, and I'm no different. Being the product, at one point, it really does matter. I wouldn't be standing here if my head coach, the recruiter, and everybody at Duke didn't invest in me and didn't care about my growth as a young man and what I was going to be doing post-career. So it's very important that you have a plan for that, and just being a genuine person. At the end of the day, we're all people. We have to get along with one another, and so it's very important that, just as much as I want to be able to watch you win a national championship, I need to be able to want to take a 4-hour bus ride with you at the same time and not cringe when I think about it. And so that really matters. In terms of rubbing people the wrong way, people that are a little long-winded, really want to get to the point. We understand that you're used to, grabbing people's attention, but, just really kind of putting it out there and then keeping it moving. Not taking yourself too seriously. Can't stand coaches who are, really just, about themselves and really kind of take the job kind of beyond just what's on the court and impact the student athlete's life. And don't forget why we're doing this. Right. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about our student athletes. So if you fail to kind of demonstrate that in everything that you do, it's really it kind of rubs me the wrong way, kind of whenever sitting in the interview process.
Okay, good stuff. Well, that's all real good advice, I think. The last thing I had for you, you mentioned it a little bit earlier, but maybe hit a little bit more on advice you have for coaches on creating relationships with administrators, both at the institutions they work at and maybe even at some other schools. How can they go about doing that? What approach, what tactics should they do to do that in a meaningful way?
Yeah, definitely. First and foremost, it's about just getting in contact with individuals. I would also say make sure that you get the assurance from your head coach. Right. At the end of the day, he is your boss. He or she is your boss, and you need to make sure that they understand that you're trying to connect in a positive way, in a meaningful way, in a way that maintains their trust, because that is paramount to your success while you're on that staff. And so once you secure that trust, and I definitely encourage you to be proactive and just kind of seek knowledge from everybody that you compete with. It's no different than film exchange. You just kind of reaching out to an administrator, figure out kind of what their biggest accomplishments are, what their challenges are. Everybody likes to talk about themselves. So, you have an extensive travel schedule from preseason, Christmas tournaments, regular season, postseason, maybe a conference tournament or the NCAA tournament. You meet a lot of folks and you interact with a lot of individuals. So you can find the time to squeeze in a 10-minute, 15-minute meeting. I've met countless people during my time as ops person who were athletic directors and senior level administrators to this day, and they still pour into me Whenever I have an issue or a call, a lot of them are in the conference that I'm in now. So it definitely came full circle, and they're doing great things. So definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I get a lot from coaches. Sometimes they're hesitant to reach out because they feel like maybe it's a one-sided relationship or only an administrator can help them. But when I talk to a lot of administrators, they say, no, I love talking with coaches. It's beneficial to me, and I learn stuff from them too. And I know you feel that way, having gotten to know you and talked with you about that.
No question. And, I definitely have to take a minute to brag about our staff here.
Sure.
We both hired 2 new coaches that have done a tremendous job in their first seasons. Coach Abe on the women's side, Coach Dawkins on the men's. Both their staffs are extremely talented, passionate with what they do. And our sport administrators, Dr. Eric Wood for the men and Brandy Stewart for the women, could not do their job if our coaches did not communicate. Our ops people in both spots, Stephanie on the women's side, and Jimmy Drew on the men's side, and Stephanie on the women's side, do a phenomenal job. Keeping the lines of communication open. We all get along. We all lean on each other, and we do a great job communicating. We know their hot buttons. We know the do's and the don'ts, and they understand whenever we bring something to them is to help their program.
Yep.
They help us try to get that done in the most productive way. So we're really spoiled here at UCF, and we're looking forward to the future.
Good deal. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time. I'm sure the advice is going to be much appreciated by all the viewers. And once again, I am John Colin with Coaches Inc. This was Kevin Wilson, the Director of Athletics Development from the University of Central Florida in very sunny Orlando. And this was the second installment of the Coaches Corner. So thanks again to hoopdirt.com for letting us do this and the platform. And I will see you guys next time.